Hey everyone, Brian Zane here, and I'm on the road. I'm here in Lawrence, Massachusetts, an old milling town just outside of Boston. I'm here to shoot a role for the movie Parts Unknown. It is a wrestling horror film. Those two worlds seem to collide a lot in my experience. I'm really excited for today. I'm going to be playing a jobber who gets killed in the ring. That's a loose description of what my career was in wrestling. And so let's go inside and see what's going on. So this is not the first time I've ever been involved in an independent film having to do with wrestling. Many years ago, I was an extra in the film Ultimate Deathmatch 3, part of which was shot in Portland, Oregon. Ted DiBiase, Tommy Dreamer, Stevie Richards, Val Venus, and many others were involved in that movie. I've never seen the final product, but I know I had a small part on screen as probably the worst dressed security guard of all time. If you've seen the movie, you might know what I'm talking about because I'm wearing this white polo shirt with a red stripe through it. Not dressed as someone who's security. I was just asked to play this role last minute, and that was pretty much it. That was my one contribution to a wrestling film before this. This is a neat old mill building. It's pretty beat up and worn down, but it's got a nice charm to it. I wonder if he's gonna no-show this one too. This is actually not the least classy set I've ever seen for a wrestling show. So I'm here with the creative genius himself, the mad scientist, Rick Chandler. He is the director, he's the writer, he's the one who recruited me to be part of this movie. What is the story? What is the plot behind Parts Unknown?
The plot behind Parts Unknown is it's about this family, the Von Strassers. They're down on their luck either because of drugs or Herman, he's on a manslaughter charge for killing a guy in the ring. And basically they've been kind of blackballed, and they're looking for something to fulfill this emptiness that they now have. And they find that with murder. It takes a little while to get there. And there's a reason for it. They're influenced by some supernatural events, so it's all kind of tied in a really weird, trippy, kind of like 80s grindhousey sort of way. Parts Unknown is a very brutal movie, but it has a, you know, it's all about the practical effects and the gore, but it has a very good story as well. I've been a big professional wrestling fan all my life. I've been watching it since I've been 7. And I've been directing horror movies probably for this past 10 years, so I really wanted to put those two concepts together. And wrestling and horror, I think they do go well together.
I was going to ask you about that because in my time I've been doing this show, I feel like I've either seen or had pitched to me the concept of wrestling and horror a lot. Why do wrestling and horror go together so well?
I think a lot of the fans are the same. You know, I think a lot of people that enjoy wrestling just happen to enjoy horror, especially the older school wrestling fans that like the bloody matches, like the ECW type of stuff. It took me a while to find somebody that would let me rent their ring because we're going to fill it up with so much blood.
So much blood.
So much blood.
You wouldn't believe how much blood. All right, here's some movie magic for you. The Secret to Hollywood. Here you have 2 barbed wire 2x4s. To my right is the real barbed wire. It's very pointy, very ouch, very spiky. Don't want to use that. This is the movie barbed wire that has no sharp edges. This is what they have instead. I think I'd much rather get hit by this one than by this one. I'm here with Will Dieckhoff, who's the star of this picture. He stars as Herman von Strasser, and he's the man who will be killing me in the middle of the ring later today. Will, first of all, now you said you've been wrestling since you were 19 years old, right?
Yep, I was in the one of the original classes of Killer Kowalski's training academy in Salem, Massachusetts. I got paired up with another wrestler, Joe Mara, and we became the O'Reilly brothers. We wrestled up in Canada. I also wrestled in the Kansas City area, down in Florida. A lot of the NWA territories. I've wrestled for World Class down in Dallas and for Paul Bosch in Houston.
What is it about wrestling and acting in movies and stuff? What is it that keeps you coming back to that?
I think it's the effervescent personalities. The similarity between the two is just remarkable. Actually, my wrestling partner is here today, and he's never been on a movie set in his life. The first thing he said was, "This is just like working for a wrestling office. The same unusual characters, people that are extremely creative, but are a little bit different."
I play Kitty Von Strasser.
Tell me more about that character.
She used to be really big in the wrestling industry, and her family was like a big name. part of that, but then she kind of lost her fame, like drug addiction and just kind of burnout and everything. She's kind of like putting everything she has now and getting back into the business and getting her name back out there and being an actual like relevant to the scene again. So she's willing to do anything, anything to get that.
Now Sarah, you mentioned to me before we were rolling that you were trained by Brutal Bob Evans. Is this the first time you've been back in the ring for a while in this role?
Yeah, actually it is. We were doing some training for some of the in-ring scenes we're filming today, and that was my first time in probably like 14 years being in the ring. I always have to be the damsel in a lot of things that I do. Like even when I was wrestling, I was primarily a baby face, so it's kind of fun to be like the heel finally.
Lizzie, so who do you play in Parts Unknown?
I play Lacey Tormata. She's had kind of a rough childhood. She was taken under the wing of the Von Strasser family, so not only did she have a rough start, but she's kind of having a rough everything. The Von Strassers kind of aren't your model family that you want to be basing your life on there.
So you have some wrestling experience.
Yeah.
Are you prepared for the physical demands of retakes and retakes?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's what's going to be cool about film, is that we do have a chance to do it over. When you're wrestling, you're in front of a lot of people, and there are no redos.
Okay, I've been here all day. It's about 8:30 at night right now, and it's finally time for the Z-Man and his chance to shine.
Please give it up for former heavyweight champion, Herman Von Strasser! Been busted open by the barbed wire.
That's not on the list.
This is the most I've bled in 11 years in wrestling, folks. Movie magic. Well, folks, it's now midnight here in Lawrence, Massachusetts. I've been here on set for 12 hours and we just wrapped up. I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm filthy, covered in fake blood and dirt. I won't be able to get any beer on the way back to my hotel. Thank you very much, Laws of Massachusetts. But beyond that, I have to say this experience, my first real experience here working on a movie, has been nothing short of awesome. I cannot thank Rick Chandler and the fabulous cast and crew of the movie enough. I had a blast working with everybody, talking with people, getting to know people, and I cannot wait to see how this movie all gets put together and how it turns out at the end. I believe the planned release date for this movie is sometime in winter of 2018. I will keep everyone posted as the movie gets closer to its release, so you guys can all experience this as I experience it, see what the final cut of it looks like, and who knows, I might get a review. We'll see what happens in the future. Until then, thanks so much for watching. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.